It is insane that a singular quarter can change the entire conversations about your game. Man, my notes are plentiful about how awful Karl Anthony Towns looked on both sides of the floor through the first three quarters. And then that fourth quarter came around and the big purr started purring. Matter of fact, let me start crossing some of these things out about the negative Karl Anthony Towns team, because just one quarter is all his team needed. You go down on 3, the series is over, y'all. It is over. But in this one, fourth quarter, he has 4 points going into the fourth. The guy is making, I saw a graphic that said that he's making the most money of any player left in this playoff. He had 4 points going into the fourth quarter. He had basically more fouls than total points scored. And then in that fourth, he came alive. 20 points, 3-pointers, getting to the foul line, finishing through contact. I like when Karl Anthony Towns is feeling it, because he'll start to do random hand gestures because he don't really know what his true celebration was. He got the body on them hard, then he pointed at him real quick. He didn't let it last or get a technical foul. Just point real quick. One for the montage reel. Yeah, so the first 3 quarters, I don't even want to say anything negative about Karl Anthony Towns because he saved the season. Right? Knicks fans were on the timeline talking about how bad the team had looked, how embarrassed they were to be Knicks fans, which is absolutely ridiculous, by the way. I don't give a damn if my team is down 0-3 in the conference finals. They made it to the conference finals. You know how many of our teams we would kill to see our team in the conference finals? Loosen up, man. Loosen up. But they ain't got to think about going down 3-0 because they won tonight, a game where Jalen Brunson wasn't on his A game. He was getting roasted as well on the defensive side of the ball. Karl Anthony Towns stepped up and did it big. It was kind of reminiscent of in game number 1, because you remember in game number 1, Rick Carlisle decided that, man, we can't really do much about Miles Turner on this court. As good as he was in the first half of game number 1, offensively, we can't afford to have him out here in Karl Anthony Towns, because Karl Anthony Towns' foot speed is just too much. And if he's also making his 3-point shot, we don't really know what to do, because we want to play him high, and the Karl Anthony Towns is going to blow past Miles Turner, and the help is just not going to be that fast enough. He got the foot speed, he's got the shooting, and they, again, if you remember in game number 1, opted to go smaller. We okay with having Pascal Siakam bully or try to fight with him on the block, and then they eventually did a little bit of that, and when Karl Anthony Towns was percolating, but Cat hit a couple tough shots on Pascal as well. It's like they forgot about who Karl Anthony Towns was. It's like Karl Anthony Towns forgot about who he was. Just like, because let me read you some of the things that I wrote down about his first half. Karl Anthony Towns had a couple possessions, not in a row, but in like a 2 to 3 minute stretch where he shot a 30-foot, and I always say 30-foot is probably closer to 27, 28-footer regardless, like a 30-foot bomb early in the shot clock. And 2 of the times it led to just easy possessions for the Indiana Pacers to score. And I'm thinking about it like, why is he doing that? Then I'm recognizing that if they don't do something early, a lot of the times the pressure that the Indiana Pacers are putting on the ball handlers, they're starting their action, or they're really starting their pick and roll, whatever they're trying to do with like 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Karl Anthony Towns is trying to mix in some early possessions with some late possessions. Unfortunately, those early possessions led to the Indiana Pacers getting out and running, which is exactly what they want to do. But even though Karl Anthony Towns was electric in this one and they don't win this game without his fourth quarter, the thing that stood out more than anything was the defensive side of the ball for the New York Knicks. The one thing that the Pacers have done amazingly through the first 2 games in the first half of game number 3 was they got the Knicks in rotation. The Knicks felt like they lost their identity. They didn't know exactly what they were going to do. And this was one of the few times in this third quarter and the fourth quarter where I'm watching like, yes, they are on a string. They are not letting the Pacers swing, dribble penetration, swing, kick out. It's not bothering them right now. And it led to the Pacers having a couple possessions that went down to the end of the shot clock where they're throwing up bricks or so on and so forth. This defense, again, Karl Anthony Towns' 20 points in the fourth quarter matter a lot, but this defense was the thing that you look at and you say, yes, we are back into this series, because maybe if we just bring this level of intensity, maybe if we bring this level of cohesiveness on the defensive side of the ball, this series is far from over. And getting this win in Indy is huge. And they got another one that they probably got to get as well in order to make this series really good, or to make this series something that you feel like the Knicks could win. But it's very, very far from over. I thought OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges down the stretch did an amazing job defensively. I can't talk about it enough. One thing that it makes Tyrese Halliburton so dangerous is because he's so good at getting other people involved that sometimes he gets just layups. He get past that first defender and they're so afraid that he's going to kick it out to the corner, kick it out to the wing, or kick it to a cutting guy that he just gets, he hit the rim. Sometimes tonight, a few times down the stretch, Tyrese got the exact switch that he wanted and he didn't do anything but dance to the top of the key. That's unlike him, because think about what this run has looked like for the Indiana Pacers so far. That was unlike him tonight, and they really needed him to turn into that clutch guy that he had been the entire season long and didn't really showcase today. And basically the last offensive possession that mattered, he danced at the top of the key, and it didn't end up meaning anything. So I don't know exactly. I would have to go back and rewatch the film what exactly the Knicks did differently to get him to not feel as comfortable today. But sometimes it kind of is the Tyrese thing. And then next game he'll come out and be like, "See, I told y'all I could still do this." I don't know what it is about him when he do stuff like that. Josh Hart felt like we didn't get a ton of Josh Hart's like input on this game until we basically got to that fourth quarter where he got like 3 huge rebounds. He hit some free throws, and that might not mean nothing, but damn it, we watched game 1. We know what them free throws can really look like for this team. So he hit some big free throws. We talked about after the game with Minnesota last night that when you are the coach of a team that's down 0-2, you don't want to go down 0-3. You just start doing shit. You try to figure out some stuff on the fly. The Knicks today played a lineup that had played 0 total minutes together. 0 total minutes together in the regular season. 82-game regular season, 0 minutes. They did it in the conference finals. So his no stone unturned was playing DeLon Wright over Cameron Payne, playing some Landry Shamet. Landry Shamet hit a 3 in the corner, but I thought for the most part, these guys weren't extraordinary in the minutes they played, but they did just hold it down. And when you think about who the Knicks are as a team, they kind of just need some people to hold it down. Jalen Brunson is getting absolutely taken advantage of on he's such. One thing I don't like about Jalen Brunson's defense is how hard he closes out. And I just feel like the Pacers recognized that very early on. Every time he closed out, they were just ready to take that contact. Whistle, that's number 4 on Jalen Brunson. Whistle, that's number 5. And low-key, I'm not trying to disrespect Jalen Brunson because Lord knows that the dude is a absolute dog. But him sitting that little span in that fourth quarter, I guess it was a lot of the fourth quarter, might have been like a blessing in disguise because it allowed Karl Anthony Towns to be him. You know, I've been seeing clips over the last couple of days about like other people on podcasts, whether it be Jeff Teague or one of the guys on Fox Sports, I don't remember his name, talking about how amazing Jalen Brunson is, but one of the downsides of how amazing he is he has the ball so much, right? And that makes it so that OG Anunoby or Mikal Bridges or Karl Anthony Towns don't really have rhythm. I don't know if I subscribe to that too much, but I kind of understand that at least today because it allowed Karl Anthony Towns to be like, okay, I am 1A. And if I don't do nothing in this 1A minutes, then we are going home very soon. So he came out. He was super. I thought Miles McBride, even though he didn't shoot it very well, I thought he gave them some really good energy in this game, which was something, again, that this team desperately needed. This was one of them, like, you look at it and say, like, everybody, for the most part, contributed in one way or another, whether it be Jalen Brunson when he finally did get back into this game, hitting the tough floater. Was it left-handed? Was it right-handed? I don't remember. I'm just going left-handed. Left-handed floater through the contact. He made his free throws down the stretch. This is a game that you feel really good about if you're a Knicks fan because you know through the first 2 games that the Pacers have been amazing. Do not get me wrong. Like, they have been one of the best teams in the entire playoffs. It's the reason why they're here. But you can look at game number 1 and say, we left go of the rope. You can look at game number 2 and say that, hey, we played all right against this team. And now you got the win in game number 3 that you can see yourself convincing yourself that you're in this series and you can win. And that's so crazy because through the first half of this game, I thought it was over. Let's not know that the Knicks have a couple 20-point comebacks before this game. So I didn't think it was completely over, but like the crowd was going crazy. The Knicks are turning the ball over left and right. They're getting bad possessions. They're not getting stops. I'm like, oh, this is looking real tough. And then they made it happen. The Nesmith injury definitely happened at the worst possible time for the Indiana Pacers. I thought that their defense kind of fell apart without him on the court. It's kind of insane how one singular player can mean that much to a defensive identity, and you really felt that today. I thought that Miles Turner called his own number down the stretch. I didn't really want him to do that. Probably better looks on the board, but I don't know. So yeah, man, what an amazing game. I'm so happy that this is not about to be a 3-0 series. I want both of these series to be long for what it's worth because I'm not ready for the season to end, and then we get to the finals. You know what I'm saying? So what a game for the New York Knicks. Hang your head high. I'm excited to see what happens in game number 4. Shout out OG Anunoby.